also I carried this phone as well with a very large sticker as an advertisement, like, hey, look, Ubuntu here, and it was a very fun time. I met a number of very interesting people, people who are working within several international communities, not only the Portuguese community, obviously, but also people like Marius, both Marius Quavek and Gripsgaard, and many other people that passed by the stand, and we were able to show off the Ubuntu phone in front of the canonical stand as well. To a number of people who showed interest, and again, this is Tiago and me having champagne, looking fancy, and it was, you know, fun times. Of course, the first thing I did when I received my Fairphone from Smooth was to disassemble the whole thing to see how it worked. Funny story, I haven't got a single toy from my childhood that has survived to this day, because they didn't last 2 months. I had to open them to see how they worked. That was my ethos, okay? My mother just pulled her hairs in rage because, oh, there's a new, here, robot, battery operated. Oh, cool! Let me see how it works. So technically I do that with every phone I have, and every computer. And to reach conclusion, why have I got into this mess, you ask? Well, the most important thing for me, and what I try to explain to the public in general, is that Ubuntu is successful as a free software, as a free operative system, mainly because it has an enormous amount of advantages. The first of all being, I find it that it boots and shuts down very quickly, unlike other operative systems. One thing I found amazing when I first adopted Ubuntu was a desktop readiness. I was used to have to wait, you know, well, I'll let the desktop boot, and then I'll go have a cup of tea, and then get back, and then I will be able to work. With Ubuntu, GNU Linux in general, depending on the distribution, it's just like that. You turn it on, paf, there you go, operating and ready for production. This is not something that we should underestimate. This is a selling point, actually. And this is why I was able to convince a number of people to switch to Ubuntu. Like, look, there, you can work. Already? Oh, I was used to having to wait. Well, now you're done. The other thing is, this is what picked up my attention as a simple user. It was free. Not as in free software, as it was also free as in free beer. I didn't have to worry about paying the licenses or pirating copies, as I used to. And it was free. That's a selling point as well. And one thing that astonished me when I first started to use this was that, unlike other operative systems who occupy a lot of disk space just for the primary functions, GNU Linux, Ubuntu, saves space on your disk. I mean, you install it and you still have a lot of free space to install a number of other software. So this is actually production increasing. The other thing is less RAM, am I right? I mean, I'm able to operate computers who have 2 GB, 1 GB RAM to do basic stuff. I mean, I don't need a lot of RAM. And that's why I'm still able to use older computers. And with other systems, you know how much they spend on RAM. It's absurd. And of course, yeah, it goes without saying, it's more efficient. There's also the aspects of security and privacy. I'm a bit of a paranoid person, okay? So, and we all should be, especially at this time. So we have, with GNU Linux, it's not guaranteed, of course, that it would be 100% safe, but it's safer than other systems. At least we can have someone look at the code, audit the code, see what's going on behind it. We have the community supporting the effort. We have constant updates and security updates. So it's more efficient in that way. And this is also why I switched to Ubuntu as a user, because I knew this was a feature. And the feature I find the most interesting of all, and this is very important to me, as a knight on a great quest, The realm is disputed by now by 7 evil kings. The first one, King Gates the Handsome. I should put some medieval music to this. And there's of course Prince Kalanik the Pious from Uba, Viceroy Bryn the Weird, Sultan Omidyar the Golden, and of course Prince Zuckerberg the Creepy. And last but not least, King Jobs the Eloquent, and the most terrible of all, King Bezos the Bold. Not a typo, I was going to write bold, but I thought, it's misogynistic, come on, let's call him the Bold. These are what I call the 7 kings of convenience. All of them have in common the fact that their businesses run on one single concept: convenience. People find their services convenient. Why do you use this operative system? Oh, it's already installed, you know, I don't have to do a lot of effort. Why did you call it Ubucon? Because it's convenient. Why are you going on Amazon to purchase your stuff? It's convenient. I click the button and it gets delivered to my home. It's how it works. And convenience is the main selling point for these people. Their whole business is based on convenience. But enter the fray King Shuttleworth the Afronaut, the guy behind Canonical. It's a nice title with South African flag and everything. And this is my main selling point. This is why I was pulled to Ubuntu. Ubuntu, for me, was convenient. I was able to install it, download, customize it, use it without a lot of effort. And anyone without having technical competency, knowledge, like myself, I'm not a tech guy. I couldn't write a line of code to save my life, okay? And this is why I switched. It was convenient. So Ubuntu is successful within the free software competition, let's call it, and within the community of available operative systems, because Ubuntu is convenient. It's for lazy bastards like myself, all right? Everyone can use it. That's my main selling point. So, and this is also another aspect of my work of trying to convince the public and convince people to switch. For many years, GNU Linux looked like this: a wall of ice, unpregnable and massive and daunting and absolutely dreadful. And people looked at GNU Linux like, oh my god, I can never go over this, it's too complicated, let's not do the effort. But I have a secret weapon, a dead dragon. I'm not sure if you're familiar with this image. This is my dead dragon, and it's a dead dragon which is very much able to throw down the wall. Why do I call it a dead dragon? Well, it's the dread dragon of simple user. My advantage regarding other people is that I speak the same language. I'm a simple user like them. I'm not a tech guy, I'm not an expert, I'm not a programmer, I'm not a developer. I go to them and say, hey, there's this system. Oh, are you able to use it? Yes, just like you. The wall does not exist. It's a myth. If you use my dead dragon, if you function like I do, if you talk in a simple language and show simple stuff, people will throw down the wall by themselves. So these are our weapons. The lance of convenience, the dragon of simple user, the armor of community, and the shield of sharing. I must admit I came up with this for the music of it, the shield of sharing. It sounds very good, very poetic. And of course, a robust, cool donkey to show off to the dancers. So, to end this presentation, I would like to go over some of my heroes, the heroes of our time in this great quest of knighthood and charming damsels and dragons and stuff. First of all, BQ for believing in the Ubuntu phone. I mean, congratulations guys, you made the effort, you you had a bit of risk under this. Even if it didn't last long, but you know, they deserve my thanks. Of course, the awesome guys at Ubucon, the people I call the resistance, because hell yeah, because these are guys with very little support and a lot of passion behind the development of Ubuntu Touch, despite the abandon by Canonical, and which is admirable. I mean, they earn our respect. And of course, Richard Stallman, Grumpy Desert Dwelling Hermit, the guy who keeps defending a couple of ideas that I find important, even if his way of presenting them is a bit weird. Then, of course, Linus Torvalds in 1991, somewhere in Finland. You might know this guy. The guy who, you have to come to me with me to Alderaan if you are to invent a kernel from Linux. And of course, Ian Murdoch from Debian, because Ubuntu wouldn't exist without Debian, so badass, heroic Debian founder Ian Murdoch. And of course, John O'Bacon, the community admiral, the guy who had a lot of good ideas about development of communities, despite what you might think of him, or despite what other people like him might think of Canonical. It's still an important job. And of course, every single one of you, every people out there working on Fedora or Red Hat or Ubuntu or Ubuntu Mate and all the variants. My favorite is the ones based on LXDE, by the way. And of course, community organizers, enthusiasts, translators, contributors, and that means you. So every single user of Ubuntu, even if not a developer, can be potentially a hero on a great quest. So, to paraphrase something I saw on the movie, kneel a user, rise a knight. So that's a message for all of you, and all the people you know. And that was it, thank you. These are my contacts and my cats. So, enjoy.